What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the VSO Gun Channel. I'm fresh back from SHOT Show. This is going to be my recap video from my time there. And I apologize in advance. This video is probably going to be fairly choppy because, as you can see, I have the crud pretty heavily with the crud. And I'm going to have to chop the video quite a bit to cut out all the coughing, wheezing, and required bathroom breaks for influenza. First off, before we jump into the new product announcements, I thought we would touch on some news that dominated the conversations behind the booths. On the first day of the show, a video was released that allegedly showed Jedi Master Taran Butler,
Edge of the Precious.
No, you're stupid.
Let's see it.
There was much shock and horror surrounding the suggestively edited 2017 video that surfaced just as business was getting started in Vegas. After further inspection, however, it was revealed that the person depicted in the video was actually one of his adult live-in girlfriends that was recently released from the Terran tactical team. This news comes as TTI has found some success in training actors and celebrities proper firearm safety and handling for upcoming roles in movies and TV shows. I was asked an ungodly amount of times what I thought on the topic, and because of that I've had plenty of time to think about it, and I think everybody's just mad because when they try that at home, me included, it ends up like this. And probably a lot of fake outrage as well. That whole virtue signaling thing going on. And let's not act like we were all there in Vegas on a seminary assignment. And I would say it's more than most likely that a lot of the people that are talking smack also hunted up the full video to see if they could get a peek as well. To be completely clear, I'm on record of being very critical of Terran in the past, and I just find the timing of the release of such an old video to be very suspect. Your mileage may vary, of course, but consider the source of all the elements before you pass judgment on something that was clearly never meant to be public-facing. How to get a VPN. Anyway, let's get after it. SB Tactical always comes with a strong showing, and this time they didn't disappoint, bringing forth many of their models in aluminum construction, as well as announcing previously private label offerings like their AK folder for commercial sale. They had a wide range of items on display to showcase their versatility, including what I thought was most interesting, the pork sword. They had it in both standard, if there is such a thing for a pork sword, and the integrally suppressed models. Henry finally gave us the gun we always wanted, or at least I always wanted, murdered out, side gate loading, poly furniture, threaded barrel, and in all the calibers including 4570. The gun comes complete with raised sights to get over the can body, a big loop, and accessory attachment points. Dano Defense debuted a new charging handle that hopes to keep the gas out of your face by putting forward directing gas ports on the side of the handle. Slightly more prolific, C Products came to market with 20-round magazines for 6.5 Grendel and 350 Legend, the main difference being that these magazines actually work instead of what everybody else is trying to do. In the name of our Lord and Savior John of House Wick, Big Daddy Unlimited put together a mock-up of the Continental Safe that is complete with jade slabs, 2 gold coins, a bloody pencil, and all the guns from the movie. The only thing pictured here that doesn't ship with is the alcohol, because government. I was able to set up a meeting with the gents from Asgard Defense to talk over their new auto shotgun, but I was unable to get trigger time because it was under testing embargo. Probably in exchange for the cover of the magazine that no one will read, but in all seriousness, it looked at first glance anyway that there was very little to complain about, and it was clear from talking to the reps that this gun had been under development for some time. I'm looking forward to tracking this one's progress for sure. This year I made it upstairs to wander around the pop-up booths. For anybody who doesn't know what that means, it's kind of like a temporary booth that they make you pay for a day, basically. And you have to do that to be able to qualify in the future for a booth. But anyway, I was up there to check out my friends from Medieval Industries, and they're known for their multi-directional ball and socket grip. This year they brought their monopod assembly with a tripod capability, and it was surprisingly light for how sturdy it is. While I was up there, I found someone advertising the lightest AR-10 ever, so I stopped. It was really light, and I asked if they would chop the barrel down. They didn't seem to understand why I would want such a thing, but I think after a few minutes I convinced him of the efficacy. Maybe I made some headway. Now for one of the products I actually got to shoot at range day, the new offering from Angst Arms. They essentially took their AR-9 and transformed it from a direct blowback to a roller delayed blowback. This substantially reduced the reciprocating mass, overall weight, and kills the recoil impulse. Because of this, the piece is no longer beholden to the AR buffer tube system and uses MP5 barrels so you 3-lug guys can have your day. I'd like to see them offer Navy barrels as an option. Maybe that's just me, but slow clap to Rich and his team at Angstad. I'll get a new one when I get back. I like this a lot. Side note, they did have this gem in the back of their booth. I didn't catch who did the custom work on it, but I did recognize the new Deadfoot Arms Extendo product on the back. Just down from their booth was my scheduled stop to see Franklin Armory and check out their new binary trigger for the Ruger 1022. Bated breath on this one. Speaking of Ruger mods, I made an unscheduled stop at Tandem Cross, mostly because their booth was pretty flashy and I'm attracted to shiny things. Basically, they make FUD guns look like they're Covenant drops from Halo. I was particularly interested in the pistol mods. While passing through, I saw my friend Argo J was releasing a new private label rifle, the Bravo Oscar, in collaboration with ADM and CMC. I stopped and talked with him about the concept for a little while, and I can say this. Coming from someone who's also working on a few private label projects, these should be on your list because the value here is ridiculous. Speaking of things that are likely to end up in unobtainium territory, I got a peek at the new CMMG Prototype, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now, go put back a couple $1,000s and be ready. You have been warned. VanQuest crushed it at the show this year by releasing the most beautifully ugly bag they have ever produced. They are going for the "there's no way that dude has a gun" bag. It includes all their feature-rich compartmentalizations, modularity that plays with their attachments and organizers, and of course multiple sizes. It's currently available in a few colors including Bernie Blue and 80s Dirty Hippie Denim, and the only thing I think they need to add to the line is to give us that Bible Case Green and Polyamorous Purple to complete the line. The last time we stopped by White Label, we touched on their Master Armorers kit. Now they have a more mobile version designed for field repairs. Smaller case designed to fit inside of a range bag, a complete bulk carrier group, of course all the parts that tend to break down while you're in the field or while you're doing training, and they had the coolest patch at the show as well. We swung by the Safe Life Defense booth where they were showcasing some great armor offerings, including the newest flexible armor offering that is rated for 7.62x39 and 5.56, but comes in at 16 pounds and is as flexible as normal soft armor. Because, why not? We were testing the anti-trauma capabilities with a few kicks from Chuck Liddell. Full video for that will debut over on his channel, so make sure that you're subbed up for that. And special thanks to Yehuda, aka the Pew Pew Jew, for capturing that preview for us. He's an author of children's books based on firearms, and because his joke book contains a few jokes about Highpoint, I felt compelled to walk him up to their booth, where we got some new updates on the Yeet Cannon. It's gonna take Glock sights, boys and girls. Brace for impact. Speaking of suppressor ready, I stopped by to see my friends at Energetic Arms for a sneak peek at their new PRS Can. It's based on the same tenets as the Vox that we covered previously, but it's much lighter and caliber specific. They're probably going to start with 6.5 Creedmoor and then move to the other offerings as needed. While on the topic of cans, I got some trigger time on the Stealth Projects line, and I can say that those dudes understand their art at a level few others in the market do, and they have some very interesting design features to accomplish their goals. On the same row, for the most part, I found Gibbs Arms, and they're into the side-charging AR thing. I've seen them on the gram a few times, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to feel them up in person. They are offering both rifle variants and 9mm PCCs, and we're also showcasing a bunch of custom work by Coated Arms. While we're on the topic, I don't want to forget to mention the revamped Stag line of PCCs. If you remember back to last year, they announced the line, but we didn't hear a whole lot of them afterwards. Now they're coming to market with the new and improved PXC line that addresses a few cool concepts. Out of nowhere, Samson debuted its retrofit kit for Mini 14s, which made me look past the 2A traitorous past of Ruger and want one of the antiquated rifles. It's also available for the standard model of the 1022. Now, with much hype came the alien pistol that debuted at the Lancer Systems booth. I saved this one for last because I think it holds a lot of potential for change. I didn't get to shoot the pistol, but there are a lot of design elements included that, if they went mainstream, could revolutionize the way we make pistols in the future. Time will tell though, because the gun is supposed to have an MSRP approaching $4,000. There's much more that I could discuss, guys, but to be honest, I'm fairly gassed, and as you can see, I'm starting to wane a little bit. Those of you that attended the show seem to like the publishing of the schedule, and it seemed to facilitate several incidental meetings that would not otherwise have happened, so I think I'll keep that. As always, if you thought something was interesting, then please sound off below. It really does help give me direction. Same goes for if you think I missed something. And if you're a manufacturer that we didn't get to meet with while we were at the show, please feel free to reach out to my team, and they will be happy to talk to you while I go back to my hibernation place and do my best not to die.
163, services to Los Angeles. This is the last and final boarding call. If you have a confirmed seat or a ticket, please make way to the...
On the first day of the show... Man, this is going to be a long video. Ugh.